Since I've been 30, skating hurts a lot more. And luckily for me, this company hit me up, and it's not technically a sponsored video, but they did send this to me. The Plain Jane CBD roll-on. When I go skating now, usually my knees start to hurt after like 2 or more hours. It's pretty bad. I'm being a bit generous to myself. It's probably about 1 hour before my knees begin to hurt. I'm not sure exactly how you're supposed to use this, but I'm gonna assume that if I put it on my knee before I go skating, then I could probably have a better session, a less painful session, and be able to possibly skate longer. This is a Plain Jane's roll-on CBD Cool Relief. On the label it says Cool Relief CBD roll-on. The ingredients are water, jojoba oil, alcohol, dakion reshedibe, oil, wish, hazel, distillatate, menthol, synthesales, tracatapalaminmine, olive oil. You know, it doesn't matter what it says on the label because I can't read it. But what is gonna matter is the next couple hours going skating and rubbing this on my knees to see if the pain is there. This roll-on CBD costs $20, and for 20 bucks, if this works, then that's definitely worth it because they sent it to me. So it's not a sponsor video. They're not saying like I have to say that it's good or anything like that because they're not paying me, but they sent it to me. And if it's bad, I'm gonna tell you, maybe save your $20. But if it's good, then this is gonna be most definitely worth 20 bucks if it makes my knees feel okay while I'm skating. Let's go meet up with the homies and start skating. Before I get into this honest review about this Plain Jane CBD roll-on, I need you to do one thing, and that's subscribe. Subscribing is going to help channel grow, help you get more content, help me make more reviews. So, let's check this thing out. I've been using this Plain Jane Relief Roll-On CBD for about 2 weeks now, and there are some things that I noticed that I really do like about this, but there's some stuff that I'm kind of iffy on. So here's the deal. The thing that hurts me the most from skating, and not just from bruises or getting hit a lot, just wear and tear from being 30 years old and still skating, is that my left knee is just used up. So I use this predominantly on my left knee, and the first thing that I noticed about it is that right when you open it, it smells real nice. And it smells real cool and refreshing. Now that's not really a physical benefit, but it's a nice to have. This ball that they have on here that's supposed to roll around to get onto my knee didn't really roll around that much, and it kind of just gets it on there, but it doesn't really roll on. It more so rolls a little bit, and some gets on there and you kind of slide it around on there, and then it rolls a little more. So there's something that they could do to make this ball roll better. That'd be sweet. But it's kind of nitpicky because it does what it needs to do, and it gets the CBD onto your knee. See, when you try to roll it, it kind of gets stuck and then just kind of slides on. Not a very, am I hold it lighter? If I hold it lighter, maybe. Yeah, it doesn't really roll very well, but it does what it needs to do, and that's get the CBD onto my body. In my case, onto my knee. The majority of the time that I feel pain in my knee is about 15 or 20 minutes into my skate session, or way later in the day, or even at night where I'd wake up in the middle of the night with pain in my knee. So when I would use this is right before I started skating, and later on after I took a shower and went to bed. I would put this on before going to bed. So let's start with while I skated with using this. Every session I had where I used this made it feel so that my knee didn't really hurt as much, but it is that cool relief feeling. So it gives you that kind of icy hot feeling on my knee. So I couldn't really tell if it was the CBD that was making it so my knee didn't hurt, or I had that icy hot feeling on my knee that was distracting me from the fact that maybe my knee was hurting, but I just couldn't tell. Either way, I was able to skate without my knee really bothering me. It's kind of a double-edged sword because I felt as though I was able to jump down stuff if I wanted to jump down stuff for a little bit longer than I normally would have if I didn't use this. But then, a little bit later on, my knee would hurt really bad, so I kind of just stopped skating. So it would make me able to skate longer if I skated more conservatively. But if I'm just like jumping down something for a really long time, then my knee just started to hurt really bad. And it almost kind of made it worse because of my fault of jumping down stuff for a longer period of time than I would have. Just because I felt like my knee was kind of numb from that icy hot feeling. After every skate session, my knees usually kind of hurt, regardless, whether or not I do use this. But here's the thing. When I would go to bed, I would wake up sometimes with some pretty bad pain in my knee and just lay there until I could fall back asleep. But now, I use this before I went to bed, and I wouldn't really wake up with that pain in my knee if I had a hard session when I was skating. So, it numbs my knee enough for while I was skating so that my knee could perform longer, but it would kind of hurt more. But then when I go to bed, instead of waking up with pain, if I rub this on my knee, I wouldn't wake up as much. However, until I run out of this, I'm definitely gonna be using it before every single skate session because I actually feel like it does help me. For me, it feels like using this before every session and after every session made it so that my knee didn't really hurt as bad as it normally would, but it still does hurt. And if I wanted to get it like fixed, I probably gotta do like that stem cell research thing that Danny Way and Steve-O did. But in the meantime, I will be using this CBD roll-on, at least until it runs out. So if you wanna try it, I'll link it down below in the description. They're not paying me, I just appreciate that they sent this to me, so I made this video for them. And I do think that CBD products are a really good thing if you're in pain and you're skating, or in pain in general. So, this will be linked in the description. If you want more shoe reviews, then subscribe, and I love you. Bye.